Shalom, everyone. Coming back with y'all with another lesson prophesying the downfall of Babylon, aka America, home where all the gross abominations occur. This is part 2 of the lesson. Just coming back with this lesson. Let me see here. I'm trying to do this. There we go. It's coming back with another lesson. In the campsite, trying to bring it out. You know, I was watching the news the other day, and you know, they what's that president name from France? He made a comment like he gave what's his name, Zelensky, the green light to bomb further off into Russia territory, which that's gonna create that's gonna make the war escalate, which we know that's gonna happen because this is what the Bible said. This is what the Lord's word said. You know, when they come and talking about peace, it ain't gonna be no peace. Tell you that that's a damn lie. The Lord wants blood. He brings fire. Coming after these people that put their hands on his people, right? So they ain't gonna have to pay. So this is the mindset we should be in right now. Not no peace. There ain't gonna be no peace until your house shall march out, crack the sky. Man, I'll take the man down. Yeah, that's what we want to see peace. Those who survive. Until then, we're going to have to endure to the end. As the Bible says. You know? Okay. You know, like what they're saying, this man, he's trying to create a totalitarian Unitarian government, man, where one world, you know, everybody, all nations come together under one religion, one God. Everything everybody, you know, they're trying to make this as it was in the days of the Tower of Babel. They try to achieve this goal back then, and the Lord, He scattered them. So right now they trying to create this, they trying to bring unison, bring all nations together under religion and monetary and system. They trying to create this new world order, which gonna fail hard, you know, because the Bible says it's gonna fail. So it said, what is the new world? Okay, let's find out what the new world is. Okay, one, it said Oxford definition language is conspiracy theory. See, the new world order is on the other side, I think. I already told y'all what that means. But all this is talking about the conspiracy theory. Let's go back to the first page. I'm just gonna read what I get. It says here, definition from the New Oxford language. It said conspiracy theory. That's what I want to say. What is what is a conspiracy theory? The definition, it says for the New Oxford language, conspiracy theory is a noun, plural noun, a belief that some secret but influential organization is responsible for events or phenomenon. They sought, this is an example, they say they sought to account for the tax in terms of a conspiracy theory. This is an example. It's a conspiracy theory is an explanation for an event or situation that asserts the existence of a conspiracy when other explanations are more probable. The term generally has negative connotation, implying that the appeal of a conspiracy theory is based on prejudice and emotional conviction or insufficient evidence. Okay, let's get this conspiracy theory. It said conspiracy theory is a belief that the powerful sinister group is secretly, this is definition number 2, is secretly manipulate events or situations for a negative purpose. Conspiracy theories are often difficult to dispute or could be hard to disprove. Okay? Put on the plug real quick, hold on. All right, what was it?
Yeah, it's like...
Oh, yeah. Okay, here are some characters of conspiracy theories. A false sense of control. It says here, conspiracy theories can provide a false sense of control and agency, especially in times of uncertainty. It says here, scapegoating. Conspiracy theories often involve scapegoating people and groups. Okay? Be enforced by secular reasoning, where evidence against the conspiracy is reinterpreted as evidence of its truth. Opposition to mainstream consensus conspiracy theory often is opposition to the mainstream consensus of experts such as scientists or historians. Unseen forces conspiracy theories often involve unseen, intentional, and malevolent forces. For example, the moon landing was a hoax. Yep, it sure was. By NASA. The 9/11 attacks were not conducted exclusive by the Al Qaeda, but that the U.S. government conspired to let them happen. It said the ruling class wants people to eat bugs and to combat climate change. This is one of their goals that they're trying to bring about. However, some believe that America is symbolized by the eagle and the Bible, and the British Empire, which gave rise to America, is represented by the lion. This belief is supported by Daniel, dream of the four beasts in Daniel 7:4. It said, which described the first beast as having wings of an eagle. However, most scholars believe that the four beasts represent the Babylonian, Medo, Persian, Greek, and Roman empires. Okay, the second beast is more in line with the Babylonian empire, a lion with eagle's wings. Okay. The eagle's symbolism, the first beast is in Daniel often depicted as a lion with eagle wings represent Babylonian empire. Okay. It said the bear symbolism in the book of Daniel, the second beast described as a bear is interpreted as representing the Medo-Persian Empire, likely due to the association of a bear with great strength, mirroring the military and power of this empire. That's Daniel 7:17 and Daniel 7:4. Okay. Okay, let's go and start the lesson now. Let's go into 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. Let's go. Let's start. Matter of fact, before we start that, I want something else I want to read. Matter of fact, we'll go as we go. We'll do it as we go. Y'all forgive me for being all over the place. This is where I wrote it up that night. Gotta keep my hand warm. Let's go. All right, let's go. Let's get it. Okay, let's go. Let's get it. Let's start here in Second Ezra, the 13th chapter. You know, this is where the Northern Kingdom was bought over here by Nebuchadnezzar. Second Ezra chapter 13, verse 1. And it reads, it said, behold, it said, and I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. And whensoever the voice went out, and his mouth went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it filleth the fire. Verse 4. It says, after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men. A multitude of men out of the number from the four winds of heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. It said here, but I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it. Verse 7. But I would have seen the region or place where out the hill was graven, and I could not. It said, after this I beheld, and lo, all they together to subdue him, sore afraid, and yet durst fight. Verse 9. It says here, and lo, he saw the violence of the multitude that came. He neither lifted up his hand, nor neither held sword, nor any instrument of war. Verse 10, but only I saw that he sent of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire out of his lip, a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempest. Verse 11, and they were mixed together. It said the blast of fire, the flaming breath, the great tempest, fell with the violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up, everyone, so that upon the sudden of the innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived but only dust smelled smoke. When I saw it, I was afraid. Verse 12, it said, afterward, saw I the same man came down from the mountain and called unto him another peaceable multitude. Verse 13, it said, it reads, and there came much people unto him, whereof some were glad, some were sorry, and some of them were bound, and the other some brought of them that were offered. Then was I sick through the great fear, and I awaked and said, I'm going to read 14, it said, Thou hast showed thy servant these wonders from the beginning, and hast counted me worthy that thou shouldst receive my prayer. Verse 15, show me now yet the interpretation of this dream. So Ezra was asking the Lord to show him the interpretation of the dream. You know, he done showed him everything else. He said, show me the interpretation of the dream. That's the I should put on some lotion. Let's go here to let's get 2nd Ezra chapter 12 verse 51. Second Ezra chapter 12. Chapter 12, verse 51, and it reads, I'm going to start at 50. It says, so the people went their way into the city, like as I commanded them, but I remained still in the field 7 days, as the angel commanded me, and did eat only those in those days of the flower of the field, and had my feet of the herd. Okay. So he remained out in the field and he was eating flowers because that was his feet. While he was waiting to get the answer from the Lord. You know, he went on the fast so the Lord can show him more vision, you know, so he can relate to the people. Let's start here. Let's go here to 2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 57. Second Ezra chapter 13, verse 57. And it reads, let's start at 55 and read to 57. It said, thy life, thy life has thou ordered in wisdom and has called understanding thy mother. Verse 56, it says, and therefore have I showed thee the treasures of the highest after other 3 days, and I will speak other things unto thee, and declare unto thee mighty and wondrous things. Verse 57, it said, then went I forth into the field, giving praise and thanks greatly unto the Most High, because of his wonders, which he did in time. Verse 58. And because he governed and he governed the same and such things as fall in their season. And there I sat 3 days. So he sat in the wilderness for 3 days. Eating flowers and stuff, for his meal. Second Ezra chapter 13, verse 2, it says, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea that it moved all the waves thereof. So this wind came from the sea and moved all the waves thereof. Okay. It was a great wind. Let's get a precept to that. Let's go to Daniel chapter 7, verse 2. Daniel chapter 7, verse 2, and it reads, Daniel spake, let's start at 1. Let's start at the top. He said, in the first year of Belshazzar, the king of Babylon, Daniel had a dream and a vision of his head upon his bed. Then he wrote the dream and told the sum of his mouth. Verse 2, it said, Daniel spake and said, I saw in my vision by night, and behold, the 4 winds of heaven strode upon the great sea. So you had the great wind strode upon the great sea. Let's go into NLT and read these 2 verses. It said, earlier during the first year of King Belshazzar reign in Babylon, Daniel had a dream and saw vision as he lay in his bed. He wrote down the dream, and this is what he saw. In his vision, it said, in my vision that night, I, Daniel, saw a great storm turning, the surface of a great sea with strong wind blowing from every direction. Let's find out what these 4 winds we're talking about. Let's go right here to the 4 winds. Let's go here. It's Arbor is 4, and the wind is Ruach, the Ruach Kadash. Okay, and it's 87308. It said the spirit, the wind, spirit. It said 8, the wind, beat, spirit. Of man, seed of man. Okay. Let's go to Daniel chapter 5, verse 2. Hold on. We'll find out what this wind is. Tell us something smooth. Want to hear that smooth shit. They want to cut you in hear them lies and shit. I'm gonna tell them the truth. You gonna get the truth from me. Y'all stay there, y'all gonna get cut. Gonna get cut to the court. Okay, what I started at? Let me see here. Let's go back. Let's get Daniel chapter 4, verse 5. The Spirit of God, 5 verse 20. They stand over here trying to listen in. You ain't gonna hear no lie from me. I'm coming with the truth. Hey, the people been lying. They said, hey, we inherit lies. That's what they're gonna be telling them. Hey, our people lie. Like they always do. Shit. That ain't nothing new. Okay? Let me see, let's go to Daniel. Hey, y'all, I'm just having some fun with this stage today, boy. Daniel, go back. Daniel chapter, what is it? Start Daniel chapter 5, verse 2. Wind. Let's get this wind. That's Daniel chapter 7, verse 2. Mine. Daniel chapter 5. Slide, 4 verse 5. Daniel chapter 4 verse 5. I'm gonna start at 4. It said the vision of a great tree. Verse 4, it said, I, Nebuchadnezzar, was at rest in my house and flourishing in my palace. Okay? So Nebuchadnezzar, it said, I, Nebuchadnezzar, in the NLT, it said, I, Nebuchadnezzar, was living in my palace in comfort and prosperity. Verse 5. It said, I saw in the KJV, it said, I saw a dream which made me afraid. And I thought, it said, and the thought upon my bed and the vision of my head troubled me. So what was his head trouble? It said in the NLT, it said, but one night I had a dream and it frightened me. I saw vision that terrified me as I lay in my bed. So he got terrified from the vision that the Lord showed him. So that wind could be relative to mind. I just read it. Let's go back. It said the mind, that's Daniel chapter 5, verse 20. 3, the spirit. That's Daniel chapter 4, verse 5. Let's get that one. Daniel chapter 4, verse 5. Chapter 4, verse 5. I just read that. It said, and I saw a dream which made me afraid, and I thought upon my bed, and the vision of my head troubled me. So he had that dream and it troubled him. All right? Let's get this up. Regarding his wind, it says here, for as much an excellent spirit and the knowledge and understanding interpreting of dreams and showing of hard sentences and dissolving of doubt were thoughts in the same Daniel, whom the king named Belshazzar. Now let Daniel be called, and he will show the interpretation. In the NLT, it said, this man Daniel, whom the king named Belshazzar, had exceptional ability and is filled with divine knowledge and understanding. He can interpret dreams, explain riddles, and solve difficult problems. Call for Daniel, and he will tell you what the writing means. So Daniel was a man. He was a prophet that could tell you your vision. You know, the Lord had given him that gift to do these things. All right. Let me let my hand warm up a little bit. All right. Took a coffee break. It's time to like see that video that I was I'm gonna get a few more scripts. I'm gonna keep going. Oh yeah, I pulled up some material I want to read to find out what that's about before I read any more scripture. When we read any more scripture, let's go into this thing. I want to read something about this that I pulled. Okay, it says here, the fourth industrial revolution, fourth beast of Daniel's vision. Okay, let's find out more about this beast. Right here it says here, there has been a lot of talk. There has been a lot of talk in recent. They said there have been a lot of talk in recent months about something called the fourth industrial revolution. This concept was coined by the man named Klaus Schwab, founder of the World Economic Forum, published in a book written by the professor. Okay. It said in the same time, there have been a lot of talk recently on the internet surrounding recent global events such as the pandemic and war in Ukraine, to name a few. People have begun to question whether or not we live in the last days before the return. They got here Jesus, before Jesus returned. But hey, you know, the hope elect, men, women, children, man, we know the Lord's real name, and we call on the real name. Okay, Professor Klaus Schwab, hey, he's the one saying you gonna own nothing and be happy. Okay. It said the Professor Klaus Schwab and other prominent figures, they part of the global elite. It said prominent figures on the global stage have openly discussed how the recent pandemic has made it possible for the world to enter into the fourth industrial revolution. That's two. It said, but it was really what the world is heading towards. Technology combined with government mandates saw the exclusion of certain people from being able to work specific jobs and enter certain public spaces, even causing some to go so far as to question whether this was the beginning of a system that would bring about the mark of the beast, which we all agree. Only some of our people, they calling on, they saying it's sex, it's a white lady, it's sin, all kind of madness, man. But hey, you know, the hope of elect men, women, and children, man, we know what it is. Revelation 13:16. It's the Quran. Okay? It said, but is that really what the world is heading toward? Okay, let's go back. It said technology combined with the government mandates saw the exclusion of certain people from being able to work specific jobs and enter certain public. It said certain public spaces, even causing some to go far as to question whether this was the beginning of a system that would bring about the mark of the beast. It said, are these technological advancements nothing more than the achievement to celebrate by humanity, or is it a skeletal frame of what will become the fourth and final beast empire as described in Daniel's vision? Okay. It says here, what is the fourth industrial revolution? How you doing? It says, according to the World Economic Forum, it said the fourth industrial revolution represents the fundamental change in how we live, work, and relate to one another. Okay. Let's get some more. It says here, experience before Klaus Schwab, founder of the executive chairman, World Economic Forum. It said Nimrod. I'll show y'all this here. It said here, it said Nimrod and Babel were where it began. It said Genesis chapter 8, verse 10, verse 8 through 10, it said, Cush begot Nimrod. He began to be a mighty one on earth. And he was a mighty hunter before the Lord. Therefore, it is said, like Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Lord, and the beginning of his kingdom was Babel, Erech, Akkad, Karnak, in the land of Shinar. Okay, they tried to make that tower and create this one world order, and it failed miserably. Okay. Okay, let's keep reading. It said here. It said, it is a new chapter in human development enabled by extraordinary technological advance commensurate with those of the first, second, and third industrial revolution. Okay? It said these advances are merging the physical and digital biological world in ways that create both huge promises and potential peril. The speed, breadth, and depth of this revolution is forcing us to rethink how countries develop, how organizations create value, and even what it means to be human. So they trying to make man into machine. You got what's his name? What's his name? Elon Musk, whatever his name is. You got that devil. He's in Trump administration, and so he putting it. Right now they working behind the scenes to put their administration together and try to force people to take that fucking chip. And once they do that, they start cutting people's head off for not taking the chip. Then that's when the Lord gonna lift up a standard on their ass, and that's gonna be by fire. Okay, I'm gonna read a couple more pages of this, and I'm gonna go and get some scriptures, and it'll be part one of the lesson. Okay, let me see right here. It said these advances are merging the physical and digital and biological worlds in ways that create both huge promises and potential peril. See? It said the speed, breadth. It said the speed, breadth, and depth of this revolution is forcing us to rethink how countries develop, how organizations create value, and even what it means to be human. But right now, man, a lot of people ain't feeling that fucking this fucking putting a fucking chip in them, man. A lot of people ain't feeling that shit, man. So you gonna have all these people gonna come up. They know this devil know he only have a little time left. All the hands of the poor, the wicked, gonna come up against the devil. Okay. Okay. The fourth industrial revolution is about more than. It says it's about more than. It says it's about more than. It said the fourth industrial revolution is about more than just technology. Technology-driven change. It is an opportunity to help everyone, including leaders, policy makers, and people from all income groups and nations to harness converging technologies in order to create human-centered future. There are two key words I want you to pay attention to in this statement. There are merging and human-centered. Okay? Let's find out what this means. See if my hand still cold. I'm trying to let it warm up a little bit. I will explain later in this article why these two concepts are essential in understanding the fourth beast system. For now, keep them in mind. It said merging and human-centered. Okay, keep them in mind. It said we stand on the brink of a technological revolution that will fundamentally alter the way we live. No shit, Sherlock. Work and relate to one another. It is, in its scale, scope, and complexity, and transformation will be unlike anything humankind has. Hold on. Not long after the flood, it said not long after the flood that covered the whole earth, Ham, the son of Noah, had a son named Cush, and Cush had a son named Nimrod. In the word, it said the word kingdom appears in Genesis chapter 10 for the first time in the scriptures. It said the kingdom. It said the kingdom of this world. It was not just a kingdom of Nimrod that began, but man's earthly kingdom, which will ultimately be led spiritually by the ruler of this world, who is Satan. John 14:30. John chapter 14 verse 30, to oppose the heavenly kingdom being established by our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, Matthew chapter 4 verse 17. Babel was merely the birthplace of the kingdom of this world. The earth, the agenda of the people, the plan can be summarized in the following verse. And they said, come, let us build ourselves a city and a tower whose top is in the heaven. Let us make a name for ourselves. Let us be scattered abroad over the face of the whole earth. Genesis chapter 11 verse 4. Okay. They had one language and considered themselves as one. They were determined to make a name for themselves in direct rebellion against God's command, which they doing now, that the people be fruitful and fill the earth, just as he had in Genesis chapter 1 verse 28. Okay, man's agenda was to build everyone into the homogeneous identity and do what man wanted to do, not God. Even today, he said, even today, more than ever, we see this agenda still playing out in the media and elsewhere. Remember the slogan, we're all in this together, see? Yep, that's what they be saying. How often have you heard leaders, politicians, etc., say that as humanity we need to come together to achieve something? Man, they say that so much. So, say, how often do the leaders, politicians, etc., say that as humanity we need to come together to achieve something? Okay, they said Babel was the beginning point of this idea that humanity should be one and accomplish what man wants for himself in direct opposition of what God had told humanity to do. So, you know, this man here always opposed what was best for the Lord. I mean, what the Lord had best for the people, for man. You know, he opposed everything the Lord represent. You know, he that rebellious seed. Okay, let me warm up a little bit. Time for a coffee break. So I'm gonna get a few more scriptures and then we're gonna go on. I just wanted to read this, get this out. gonna go back and read some more Second Ezra, the 13th chapter. Okay. Okay, it said, so Babel was the beginning point of this idea that humanity should be one and accomplish what man wants for himself, in direct opposition of what God had told humanity to do. Okay, it said the motivation behind the agenda. It said, it said, are you asking yourself why humanity, how it is, it in its heart to come together, to do great things, and to make a name for itself? Where is all this motivation coming from? See, you got, like we've been saying, you got these elites. They don't want to give up that power, but hey, they're gonna have to come down. The Lord gonna take these devils down, man. And this is what we coming into right now. The Lord is bringing judgment on the earth, and He's ready to get these go after these elites. But first, he got to 2/3 of our people got to be judged along with these heathen nations that join unto them. Our people join unto these heathen, so they got to be judged along with our people that join unto them. Okay. The answer from the false but the powerful promise. See, say a false promise. To understand this powerful promise, we have to go back to the very beginning of the Garden of Eden, when Eve answered the serpent question about whether or not God said that she should not eat of every tree of the garden. Then the serpent said to the woman, you will not surely die, for God knows that in the day you eat of it, it said your eyes will be open and you will be like God, knowing good and evil. That's Genesis chapter 3, verse 1. Okay. Okay. It says here, if they eat the fruit, it said if they eat the fruit, Yahweh told them not to eat, they would be like God. It's currently currently the year 2022. This when this article was written. It said, as I write this article, and the most of, not all humanity still believes this false promise and had taken it to the next level. Okay. It said today technology has made it so that not only does humanity believe they will be like God, but they can also take the place of God. So this is what Klaus Schwab and his Aval Norari and all these upper elites, they want to be like God. Okay. It says here, now let's look at the fourth kingdom from Daniel's perspective through the vision he has in the chapter 7. It said, after this I saw in the night vision, and behold, the fourth beast, dreadful and terrible, exceedingly strong. It had huge iron teeth. It was devouring, breaking in pieces, and trampling the residue of with its feet. It was different from all the beasts that were before it. It had 10 horns, at Daniel 7, verse 7. Daniel was given the interpretation of his vision. He asked to know more about the fourth beast that he sees. Okay? It says here, then I wish to know the truth about the fourth beast, which was different from all the others, exceedingly dreadful, with its teeth of iron and its nail of bronze, which devoured, broke in pieces, and trampled the residue with its feet. Daniel chapter 7, verse 19. One of the things that are repeated over in the scripture is that this fourth beast will be different from all the others. So what is this represent? It said one of the things that are repeated over in the scripture are the fourth beast will be different than the others. Okay, let me see here. It said the feet of iron and clay. See, this is how the feet of iron and clay would look. Okay. It said in the book of Daniel, chapter 2, Daniel give both the dream and the interpretation of the dream King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon has that nobody else saw or could interpret. In his dream, King Nebuchadnezzar saw a great image. Quote, this image head was as fine as gold, its chest and arm of silver, its belly and thighs of bronze, its legs of iron, its feet partly of iron and partly of clay. Daniel chapter 32, 2 verse 32 and 33. Okay. It said here, okay, it says here, description of the fourth kingdom, the description of the leg of iron and the feet. It said the feet with toes of iron mixed with clay is also the fourth beast, and this two are interchangeable. The vision of the feet and the toes is what King Nebuchadnezzar saw in his dream. Further, in Daniel chapter 2, we are given a more detailed description of the fourth kingdom that King Nebuchadnezzar saw in his dream. And this fourth kingdom shall be as strong as iron, is so in as much as iron break up in pieces and scatter everything, and like iron that crushes, the kingdom will break in pieces and crush all the others. Whereas you saw the feet and toes partly of potter's clay and partly of iron, and the kingdom shall be divided, yet the strength of the iron shall be in it, just as you saw you saw the iron mixed with ceramic clay. Okay. It says here, and as the toes of the feet were partly of iron and partly of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly. Hey, what's going on, buddy? Partly strong and partly fragile. Okay. It said, as you saw iron mixed with ceramic clay, they will mix with the seed of men but they will not adhere to one another, just as iron does not mix with clay. Daniel chapter 2, verse 40 through 43. Okay. All right, here it says, as you saw, okay, the wrong interpretation. If you search in Google on King Nebuchadnezzar, it said dream, and look at the image in the search result, you will see the most picture saw in the iron leg as belonged to the Roman Empire. Okay, the toes are described as the final beast that is yet to come, but the truth is that Daniel described the leg as the leg of iron and toes as part of the fourth kingdom. Okay. It says here, it said the third kingdom was composed of bronze, whereas the fourth kingdom will be composed of iron and clay. No iron was mentioned as part of the third kingdom, Greece. It said Rome was merely a part of Greece, a continuation of the empire. The iron, something peculiar about the description of the iron and the clay tells me the iron is unique in a sense. It said here is what we can glean from the scripture. Okay, the iron is going to mingle with the seed of men. The word seed can be translated as offspring, prosperity, hence children of men. The word adhere can also mean cleave, as in a man will leave his father or mother and cleave to his wife, and they shall be one flesh. Genesis chapter 2, verse 24. All right. It said this iron crushes the breaks into pieces. It said this iron crushes and breaks into pieces. Okay, the clay. The clay represents the weaker aspect of the kingdom. It does not adhere to the iron. The clay has the strength of iron in it, in the feet, and the toes are clay mixed with iron, whereas the legs are of iron. Okay. He said, because the scriptures say the iron will be mingled with the seed of men, we know that the clay represents the flesh and blood men. Okay, how the feet and the toes of iron mixed with clay might represent the fourth industrial revolution. Okay, as more and more technology rolls out and the World Economic Forum keeps putting forth the ideas behind the fourth industrial revolution, I ask myself, where is this mentioned in the scriptures? There is no mention. However, there is a possibility Daniel described in the verse mentioned above regarding the feet composed of iron and clay. The word that jumped out that lead me to believe this is, as you saw, iron mixed with ceramic clay. They will mingle with the seed of men. That's Daniel chapter 2, verse 43. Key words, merging and human-centered. It said, remember earlier in the article when I mentioned the importance of the word merging, and in common together as one and human-centered. I believe the merging human with technology is what is spoken in the scriptures regarding the iron mixed with clay. They want this, but these two diverse elements will not cleave, even though that is what they are hoping to accomplish. The so-called new ideal of creating a human center is nothing new, but dates back to the days of Babel when man wanted to make a name for himself, as I mentioned earlier in the article. Okay, hey, we're gonna leave it right there, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shut this down and close this off, and then I'm gonna bring out some scriptures going on. This part one of this, and I got a few more pages I want to read, but we're gonna read that when we get to the house. Let me bring out a few more scriptures. Cause this is what we at right now. I'm gonna go back to let's get second editors, and then I'll go back to second editors. Hold on here. Let's get second editor, the 13th chapter. I already got them here. I can go into it. Hey, it's close by.
How you doing?
Hey, how y'all doing there? Matter of fact, right here. Second Ezra, chapter 15, verse 14. And it reads, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. So, woe to the world means death and destruction. So the Lord finna ready to bring destruction on these people and these nations, man, for what they did to the children of Israel. Verse 15, it said, we're gonna finish that 13. I'm gonna have to go back into that on a later date, man. I'm gonna bring out something on that when I get there. But right now we're gonna stay right here a second, because this is where we at right now. I know I started the lesson out right there, but we're gonna finish right here. I'm gonna bring out a few more precepts. Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 15, it says, the sword and their destruction draw nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands. This is about to come real soon here, you know, and they trying to get closer and closer to put their plan together to swear in Donald Trump, and then they working behind the scenes to bring about how it, and like that General McGregor said, you can't do both things. You can't have one of, you can't have both your cake and eat it too. You have to do one or the other. That's what he was telling them. But hey, you got Putin on the other end saying that he's gonna, that he's not gonna change. He's trying to give him a little room, but he's not gonna change his plan. And then he told that president from France or Britain, I think it was from the island. I mean, from London. He told him to be quiet or something, or you next. Putin, hey, he bullying their ass. He bullying their ass. Okay, it's getting cold out here. Let me get ready. And I ain't bring no warmers with me. Okay. Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 15, and it reads, it said, for the sword and their destruction draw nigh, and one kingdom shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hand. Verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They shall not regard their king prince, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Psalm chapter 92, verse 11. My eyes also shall see the desire on my enemy, and my ears shall hear the desire of the wicked that rises against me. Psalm chapter 120, verse 102, verse 20. To hear the groaning of the prisoners, to loose those that are appointed to death. In the NLT it reads, to hear the groans of the prisoners and to release those condemned to die. Verse 11. My eyes have seen the downfall of my enemies, and my ears have heard the defeat of my wicked opponents. Isaiah chapter 34, verse 2, it said, the indignation of Yahweh is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their enemies. He have utterly destroyed them. He have delivered them to the slaughter. Hey, this is what's coming. Okay, I'm gonna get the two. In the NLT it reads, it says Yahweh is enraged against the nation. His fury is against all their enemies. He will completely destroy them, dooming them to the slaughter. And this is the last one right here, I'm gonna close right here. Isaiah chapter 35, verse 5. And it reads, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven, behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. And when my sword has finished its works in heaven, it shall fall upon Edom, the nation I have marked for destruction. So, hey, this nation is marked for destruction, man. You got people calling in bed with this devil, trying to save this devil. They got to pay for them crimes they did to us, man. So I hope y'all was edified. Let's get a prayer into the power. Close with a prayer. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Call Allah Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekah Kadash. Shalom. And second foremost, I'd like to give double shouts and double honor to all the elder apostles from GMS who rule well, and the men of valor who come with the same doctrine. I'd like to say shalom to you all and your families. And may Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai bless y'all, you all, starting with the elder apostles and the like-minded men, elder apostles and bishops. And second, I'd like to give shouts out to them, the double shout. And second, I'd like to give shouts out to all the like-minded men as myself, on down as myself. I'd like to say shalom, may Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai bless us all as we go further off into the great tribulation. Shalom, shalom, shalom. I'm out.